What's going on, y'all? So today, what I'm going to be doing is just blocking in the contrasts and creating just basic shapes of all the shadows and leaving in white space or negative space with um, with all the light. So it's just going to be a very simple, easy, basically taking black acrylics, permanent black, and then just covering the shadowy areas, and that's all. And we're going to be leaving all the light areas just completely blank. This is just a bare bones basic lesson on how I go about my like some of my projects when I want really deep contrast. So without further ado, let's explain the materials that you use. So you can use one of two different paints. You can use Payne's Gray acrylics, or you can use permanent black acrylics. I recommend the permanent black just because it's very dark, no shine whatsoever. And with your biggest brush possible, I have a 2 inch in my case. Your biggest brush that has bendable tops. This is a gesso brush. So something that you can use acrylics with is gesso and wash it off real easily afterwards. So I'm going to be using a kind of cheaper paint right now just because I still have it and it's not used up. And I'm just going to be touching the tops a bit, like taking a line here. Just going to show you all real quick. Just going to be taking a line and going right over the top. Usually, if you're using a smaller one, I would just have it in my lap personally, but since this is a rather large canvas, it's a 24 by 36, I'm actually going to be doing this on the canvas itself with an easel, standing it up, because I can't reach the entire thing with just my arm. Because then I would have to hunch over. It's not comfortable. But without any further ado, let's get into the basic shape. So I'm going to paint in the underside of the boat, and also my light source is going to be right up at the top. So take into consideration that's what you're going to be doing. Where's your light source? Where are your shadows? In my case, I've got my light source right here. It's going to be way further away, and I've got, say for instance, my little boat right over here. And it's going to be kind of tilted over sideways almost. And I'm also going to have it where you've got the majority of the shadows just kind of in there. I'm going to leave in some blank spots to where you can have some cooler shadows. And these blank spots are going to have some kind of light areas. So here's going to be the bow, like the skeleton, the structure. I'm not sure what they call it, but the front of the boat is, I'm pretty sure, the bow, but the hull, that's it. This is going to be the hull, which is the center, the skeleton of the boat. I'm going to have it right down the middle, and then kind of paint around it. And then I'm going to have the shadows kind of coming out. I might even have this in the water halfway. You can always change it. That's the cool thing about painting. You can always paint over it. And anytime you need more paint, you can either go grab what's already on there and just kind of add to it here and there. You don't have to, but you can. It's just an option. Or you can go back, add more to your brush. And then you just, for the shadows, I'm just doing this for a reference. And then I'm also going to have a little bit of a net coming over the edge too. And here's kind of another tip of the boat. Just the edge, kind of. I want it sticking up way up high. And then here are my shadows. I'm going to kind of portray it like there's a little bit more back there. So I'm going to leave some white spots. There we go. Then I'm going to take more of that paint, darker paint, just kind of spread it out. And then I'm going to kind of give a rough area where I want the shadows to be, which is going to be around this. And you can actually kind of play around with these, just shape them out a little bit. Because not all sand or rocks or shorelines are going to have just a perfectly flat line. Hey, Sheila, it's good to see you. Thanks for jumping on. Bless you. And then the next line of business, just going to have some kind of dune type feels right here, just small ones. We're not going to do huge ones because this is not going to be in Florida. You won't see Greek boats too often here, unless, I don't know, some people might get bored. They might actually do that, but rarely do you see that. Most of the time you see sailboats. So just kind of play around with the shadows too. You can even kind of tap them in like you have reeds. Just by touching and pulling. Or you can just lift up, either way. And remember, there's your hole, there's the tip of your boat, and then I'm going to kind of have this little net twisting out and just kind of dangling over the edge. There we go. And I think the last little bit we'll have maybe just a little bit of a hole back, sticking out back there. And then possibly a little sail dangling, maybe. Who knows? That might be a tree later. We'll see. We'll say it's all the way up there. But it's just a real quick, easy way for you to just block it in. Just get your big brushes, whip it out just like this. Get your basic shapes around. And there you go. That's how you block in your shadows. It's super easy. Anybody can do it. You don't have to have any particular set of skills to do it. And I am going to just add a few more little bitty pieces just because I'm already here. Good to see you, Jennifer. Thanks for jumping on. All right. There we go. And that is your basic lesson on blocking in your contrasts, blocking in your shadows. I'm going to back y'all up real quick just so y'all can see everything. Actually, I don't even have to back y'all up. I'm just going to lift up the easel, show y'all all the shadows. There's all the shadows right on the bottom. And then here is the top. As a matter of fact, we could probably have this thing going up sideways. I didn't even consider that since this thing's at a tilt. I done goofed, y'all. Here, let's get a sideways. there is the gigantic pole. That's, shoot, I don't even remember what they call it. Mast? Yep. There's your mast. We'll just have the sail right over here. Maybe it's got multiple masts. Who knows? There you go. There's your shadow. Real simple. And on top of that, if you don't like how it turns out, you can literally just go back, paint over it with the oil paint or acrylics, just depends on what you want, and then make the changes you want. That's the best thing about painting, is that you don't have to commit strictly to one idea. You can always go back and change it and roll with your punches. Roll with the quote-unquote happy little accidents, or just turn it into something different. That's what I like doing. And in this case, I had to do that. So, hope y'all enjoyed that little session. I'm going to be pretty busy for the next couple of weeks. I'm selling in some personal things. And let's see, I think Thursday will probably be, if I'm not slammed on Thursday, I will probably be streaming. If y'all have any requests on seeing anything in particular, just send it into my inbox. I will be putting up a post after this shortly. And actually, no, there was a post that was already made, as a matter of fact. And I put in y'all's requests. So I'm actually going to go combine a few of those while I'm thinking about it, and start setting up a new composition with another painting. So we'll be doing that in the next session. Hope y'all enjoyed this. Love y'all. God bless y'all. Have a good evening. Bye.